Hi students. So in this video I am going to explain that continuation parts of the alimentary canal. So in previous videos we completed that parts of the buccal cavity. So what are the parts of the buccal cavity? Teeth and tongue and palate also. Clear? Then next, after complete that buccal cavity, next part of the alimentary canal, that is pharynx. Pharynx and esophagus. We will talk about these two parts of the alimentary canal. One is pharynx and another one is esophagus. So here, once again I am drawing that same diagram. Okay, right. So oral cavity, mouth, and this mouth opens into the oral cavity or buccal cavity. So above the buccal cavity, nasal chamber. Okay, now it is which chamber? Nasal chamber. Nasal chamber. Right. So this oral cavity opens into the which part? Pharynx. So pharynx, it is not exact part of the alimentary canal. It is an area. Okay, now like when we look at the structure of the pharynx, like funnel shaped structure. Okay, now which shape? Pharynx, that is funnel shaped structure. And what is the importance of pharynx? It acts as a common part of the respiratory system and a digestive system. It means it serves as a passage of air as well as the food. So it is very important function of the pharynx. Point of the pharynx. Pharynx, it is the common part of the respiratory system and digestive system. Let us see how it acts as a common part of the two system. Means, for suppose here external nostrils are opens into the nasal chamber. Okay, now, and this nasal chamber opens into the nasopharynx. So what is this nasopharynx? Means basically pharynx divisible into three regions. Okay, now pharynx divisible into three regions. So what are the three regions? First, nasopharynx, then next oropharynx, third laryngopharynx. So these are the three parts of the pharynx. That is first part, anterior part of the pharynx, then second part oropharynx, and third part of the pharynx is laryngopharynx. You have to observe here, this part is nasopharynx. Okay, now this part is nasopharynx, and here it consists of a pair of internal nares or internal nostrils. This part acts as a respiratory system. External nostrils are leads into the nasal chamber, and this nasal chamber opens into the nasopharynx. Okay, nasal chamber opens into the nasopharynx through a pair of internal nares. Then next, below the nasopharynx, which part is there? Oropharynx. Oropharynx. So which part of the alimentary canal opens into this oropharynx? Means oral cavity. Which part? Oral cavity. Mouth opens into the buccal cavity. Okay, and this buccal cavity leads into the pharynx, and particularly which part of the pharynx? Oropharynx. Remember, nasal chamber leads into the pharynx. Which part of the pharynx? Nasopharynx. Buccal cavity leads into the pharynx. Particularly which part of the pharynx? Oropharynx. So that's why pharynx serves as a common part of respiratory and digestive. Okay, now respiratory and digestive. Clear? Then next, here oropharynx. Oropharynx opens into the which part? Laryngopharynx. That is the third part of the pharynx, known as laryngopharynx. And this laryngopharynx opens into the esophagus. So it is which part? Esophagus. Then next, again same this laryngopharynx opens into the larynx. Larynx, or we can call it as voice box. Voice box. Now observe, this laryngopharynx opens into the esophagus behind and opens into the larynx in front. It is the part of the respiratory tract and it is the part of the alimentary canal. Clear? Then next, the part at which laryngopharynx opens into the larynx, okay now, the part at which laryngopharynx opens into the larynx, that is known as glottis. Glottis, like here the structure of glottis. It is glottis. Okay. And this glottis, in front of the glottis, presence of leaf-like cartilaginous flap-like structure, known as epiglottis. Okay, now once again repeated, this laryngopharynx opens into the esophagus as well as the larynx. Clear? So the part at which laryngopharynx open into the larynx is known as glottis, and in front of the glottis, here presence of the leaf-like structure, that is known as epiglottis. Okay now. So when we look at the function of that epiglottis, during swallowing, this epiglottis covers the glottis, prevents the entry of food particles into the larynx. Okay now, during swallowing, this epiglottis covers this glottis or close that glottis to prevent the entry of food particles into which part of the respiratory tract? That is larynx. It is very important function of the epiglottis. Clear? Right. So nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. And another important part of the pharynx, here presence of tonsils. Tonsils, or we can call it as lymphoid tissue. Lymphoid tissue or lymphoid organ. Lymphoid tissue. So tonsils are nothing but collection of lymphoid tissues. Okay now. So when tonsils are classified as mucus associated lymphoid tissue. Okay now, classified as MALT, M-A-L-T, mucus associated lymphoid tissue. So these tonsils are these lymphoid tissues or lymphatic organ. We can call it as lymphatic organs also. Presence of T cells as well as the B cells. T cells as well as the B cells. We know T cells and B cells. Okay, now part of the WBC, and WBC it is the part of the blood. So due to the presence of T cells and B cells, tonsils or the lymphatic organs act as a first line defense mechanism. Okay, now act as a first line defense mechanism against the pathogens. Okay, or against the infected microorganisms. That is the important point about that tonsils, like presence of T cells and B cells. So what are the tonsils present in that pharynx? Means there are three types of tonsils, like pharyngeal tonsils, then palatine tonsils, then lingual tonsils. So when we look at the arrangement or the position of the tonsils in a pharynx, first type of tonsils are the pharyngeal tonsils or the adenoid tonsils. So adenoid tonsils are here, presents the roof of the pharynx. Okay, now pharyngeal tonsils are present roof of the pharynx. So from here to here, pharynx, funnel shaped pharynx. And palatine tonsils. So palatine tonsils are situated on either side of a pair of palatine tonsils on either side of the oropharynx. On either side of the oropharynx, it is oropharynx. Then next, lingual tonsils. When we look at the position of the lingual tonsils, here the floor of the buccal cavity is known as what? Tongue. Okay, now tongue, here tongue. So lingual tonsils are present, a pair of lingual tonsils are present base of the tongue. Okay, now base of the tongue. Here the lingual tonsils. Clear? So these are the three different types of tonsils present in pharynx, nothing but collection of lymphoid organs. So due to the presence of T cells and B cells, these lymphoid organs act as a first line defense mechanism against infected pathogens. Clear? So it is about pharynx, and this pharynx opens into the here. This pharynx opens into the which part? Esophagus. Okay, now so esophagus, it is present posterior to trachea. It is present posterior to trachea. Don't confusion. It is a part of the respiratory tract and it is the part of the alimentary canal. Clear? So here larynx opens into the trachea, and here laryngopharynx opens into the which part? Esophagus. So esophagus, thin muscular tube. Okay, now muscular tube. So this tube extend from neck, thorax and up to diaphragm also. Up to diaphragm. So this esophagus, and this esophagus has the two openings. So what are the two openings? First, upper opening is known as gullet, and the posterior opening which is present here. So this posterior opening opens into the stomach. Okay, now it is which part? Stomach. Okay, now here also one opening, and this opening is guarded by a sphincter, and name of this sphincter gastroesophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter. Name of the sphincter, cardiac sphincter. Cardiac sphincter. Okay, right. So this cardiac sphincter regulates the opening which is present between the stomach as well as the esophagus. Clear? Then next another important point about that esophagus. This esophagus is lined by the non-keratinized stratified squamosal epithelium. Okay na? Esophagus is lined by the non-keratinized stratified squamosal epithelium. Okay, right. So this esophagus, and also we can call it as what? Food pipe. Okay, now food pipe or food tube also. Esophagus, and also we can call it as food pipe or food tube. So why it is call it as food pipe means it acts as a passage of food from buccal cavity to stomach. Okay, now so why it is called it as food tube means this esophagus act as a passage of food from buccal cavity to stomach. Okay, right. So these are the two parts of the alimentary canal. Then next after stomach opens into the small intestine. So that is in next video. Okay, thank you students.